I'm Joyce Fields, and thanks for joining my live. I do YouTube lives Monday through Friday at 4 a.m. Pacific Time. I am a TikTok veteran. I did over 500 TikTok lives. I was doing them on TikTok Sunday through Friday, but here on YouTube, I changed it to Monday through Friday. And I came over to YouTube. The way it went was I was on TikTok. Like I said, I had done over 500 TikTok lives. I love doing these lives. And TikTok was going to change their community guidelines, and also they were going to increase their subscription prices. And so I said, well, the last TikTok live that I did was on Friday, August 29th. And then the universe lined it up perfectly because on Monday, September 1st, I did my very first YouTube live. See, it just lined up perfectly. So the universe took care of it for me. Now, this is only my 16th. I think that's right. I started, no, it's more than that, 20. Yeah, I think 21st, because I do Monday through Friday. I think this is only my 21st YouTube live. And I'm still getting used to it. As far as on TikTok, they used to notify people. They would send the message to the live creator that they were notifying viewers that you were live. Now, they don't do that here on YouTube. And YouTube says that I have one person on here. Hey, Thiago, I want you to tell me how you learned that I was here doing my live. Did you receive a message or were you just scrolling through? Now YouTube says I have 5 people viewing this live. I wanted to know how you were notified. Oh, scrolling. Thank you for the response, U2Y. Thank you. So now I do these lives 6 days, or not 6 days, 5 days. I'm still getting used to doing them Monday through Friday. Now, one thing that I have noticed, the difference in YouTube and TikTok, there are a whole lot of trolls here on YouTube. So I'm very busy, and my moderators are very busy removing people, putting people in timeout, or that kind of stuff. So when I do get people who are trolls, I feel sorry for trolls. It's really a very sad existence that you're living, because if you want to deliberately try to insult somebody or hurt somebody, I'm 81 years old. You can say absolutely nothing that will disturb me, upset me, insult me, or anything. You are the kind of person that really needs to listen to the advice that I share. I share 4 pillars of advice. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I tell you how you do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you are raising toddlers, 2 and 3-year-olds, you will want to hear how easy it is to teach them patience. Hey, Shells, pillar number 3, increase your level. No, that is, I'm sorry, that's not pillar number 3. So I told you pillar number 2 is increase your level of patience. Pillar number 3 is stay calm. Stay calm. That's pillar number 3. You have tremendous power when you stay calm. Makes you really, really powerful. And I know y'all want to be powerful, so stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, upset, frustrated, all of that stuff. So I will tell you reasons to stay calm. And I do what I call helpful hand visuals throughout my lives. And this year, in one of my TikTok lives, I had a viewer, her name is Jessie Knott, and she said, these visuals are so helpful. And when I get to pillar number 3, stay calm, the helpful hand visual that I do in that pillar will blow a lot of y'all's minds. When I did it for the first time this year in one of my lives, it blew a lot of my viewers' minds. And I did it for my man, and it blew his mind, and it blows my mind too. And speaking of my man, his name is Pap. We have been together for 68 years. You heard that correctly. It blows my mind too, y'all. We have been together for 68 years. We just celebrated our 58th wedding anniversary this past June 3rd. And so we have been together since we were 13 years old. We were both 13 years old. He turned 82 on September 22nd, and I turned 81 on February 4th. I'm so happy to be 81 years old. Don't be dreading getting older. There's no alternative. If you live, you're gonna get older. So, but I'm gonna show y'all a picture, passage of time. This is the first picture I'm gonna show you is we were 25 years old. This is 1969. We were 25 years old. Pap and Joyce. His real name is Fred, but everybody calls him Pap. So we were 25 years old. Now this picture I'm getting ready to show you now is our 57th wedding anniversary last year, 2024. And we were both 80 years old. Here's that one. We were 80. Yeah. So now, here is, I love these passage of time pictures, y'all. Here is 25 years old and 80 years old. Yep. So I love these pictures. I've got several of them around the house. And Pap is the reason why I call them pillars. I was calling them pieces of advice. So Pap said, they're stronger than pieces, So pillars are sturdy structures on which you can build a foundation for living your life. And I often tell Pap that I live a virtually stress-free life. And I want to share with y'all how I do it. I do it, if I can do it, y'all can do it. I'm 81 years old, and I have been living the advice that I'll be sharing with y'all since I was about 10 years old. I know that it works. And my gift is, I'll get back to pillar number 3 too. My gift is the ability to communicate philosophies, concepts, ideas, and all of that from my mind to y'all's mind. And I do it with through the helpful hand visuals that I was telling y'all about. Jessie Knott, she said, these visuals are so helpful, unquote. And that's why I call them helpful hand visuals. What she's talking about is gestures that I do with my hands in combination with the words coming out of my mouth to communicate philosophies, concepts, all of that from my mind to y'all's mind. Now, I know a lot of y'all are going to find it hard to believe, but you'll have to stick around and you will see it, and then you will believe it. Now, I do not do religion or politics on my lives. So if you're going to come up with Jesus or the Bible or anything like that, or Donald Trump or anything like that, no, it's not allowed on my live. So you can take it someplace else. It's not allowed here. And also, if you are typing in a comment that is 3 or more lines, it's very unlikely that I will read it because I can't read these comments, y'all. It takes up too much of my time. And I'll have 90 minutes on this live, and I'm going to discuss 4 pillars. So every once in a while, I do look down at the comments. I generally don't, but every once in a while, I'll look down to read some of the comments, and then I'll see them and I'll read some of them, but I don't read comments generally that are, 3 or more lines. So, because I don't have time, and I hope you understand that. So now back to pillar number 3. I told you that when I get to pillar number 3, the helpful hand visual that I do blew a lot of the viewers' minds, and I'm sure it will blow a lot of y'all's minds. So then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever ugliness is inside of you. And I will tell you what those 4 words are when I get to the 4th pillar. Okay? Just that simple. Now, I told you I have done over 500 TikTok lives, and I'm still on TikTok. I have almost 54,000 followers on TikTok, and it blows my mind, y'all. I never even dreamed that I would have 1,000 followers anywhere, and now I've got over 1,000 here on YouTube, and it's climbing. But I don't know, I'm not abandoning the folks over on my TikTok. So I still post every day to TikTok, but I'm doing my lives here on YouTube. And I got 1,000 subscribers, and it's growing. I would love for more and more people to share this live so that more people will be able to hear the advice that I share. I tell Pep all the time that I live an enchanted life. I live a virtually stress-free life, and I'm going to share with y'all how I do it. And if I can do it, y'all can do it. And judging by the response that I get, a lot of people are getting good information and good advice. The title of my lives is Undifficult Your Life. A lot of y'all are making y'all's lives a lot more difficult than they have to be. So I'm going to show you how you can undifficult your life. Now, starting with pillar number 1, that is develop and maintain a positive attitude. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. I don't know if you've ever really thought about this, but here you go. Here it is. There are only 2 attitudes. That's it. 2. There are only 2 attitudes. Have you ever thought about that? Consciously thought about it? Pretty much most people don't. A negative attitude or a positive attitude. That's it, y'all. There is not a third one. Now, here is what I have learned in my 81 years of living. You don't choose to have a negative attitude. Thanks, notification system, for responding. I appreciate that. So you don't choose to have a negative attitude. Here's what happens. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and it is a choice to have a positive attitude, you must deliberately choose to have a positive attitude. You must on purpose choose to have a positive attitude. Thank you. You must consciously choose to have a positive attitude, because if you don't, you almost certainly will have a negative attitude. It's like, what I have observed, y'all, it's like it's a default. It's like a default. If you don't choose to have a positive attitude, and you must choose to have one. It is a total choice, and you can choose to have a positive attitude any minute of your life. Here's the way you do it. The way you choose to have a positive attitude, you write a program. You write a program. Now, how do you write a program? Real simple, y'all. Real simple. You say it out loud. Say it out loud. Share the live, y'all. I'd love to be able to share this advice with a whole lot more people. You say it out loud. You write the program and then you say it out loud. This is what you say. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I'm going to get into all of that, Rakia. Here's what you say. I'm going to repeat it. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on the path to do just that. A positive attitude. All you're saying is, from now on, that means from this point forward, I don't care where your attitude was or what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago before you came on this live or yesterday. Thank you, Mickey. Or last week, whatever. This is what you say out loud. And I don't care who's around you when you say it, because when you say those words, it gives you an opportunity to spread positivity. Here's what you say out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And mean it. And you can tell the people around you, don't throw it up in my face how my attitude was yesterday or last week, because from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So put your feet on that path. Now I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. You heard that correctly. I'm going to show y'all what a negative attitude looks like. And this is a helpful hand visual will be included in when I show you this, okay? Now, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, here's what a negative attitude looks like, y'all. You got that? These are the kind of people that say, woe is me. My life sucks. I can't stand this. I can't stand that. Now, what my hands are doing is a helpful hand visual to show y'all. These are positive elements that are constantly flying through the universe. Constantly. At every given second, y'all. Constantly flying through the universe. But they always, listen, y'all, they always fly over the heads of people who have a negative attitude. When you say that program out loud, when you say, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. This is what happens. Okay, on the count of 3, I'm going to show you what happens. 1, 2, 3. Here's what happens. When you said that, you raised your frequency. When you said that program, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You raised your frequency. I'm putting somebody in timeout. You're going to be in timeout for 1 minute because I don't deal with religion, so no Jesus, no Bible, or politics on my lives. I talk to God all day. I'm not religious, so don't do that on my lives. You will be removed. I put you in timeout, and if you come back around with that, then you will be removed, okay? So I don't read comments that are like 3 or more lines, so I don't have time for that. That'll take away from my time. I have 90 minutes to discuss 4 pillars. So hopefully y'all will just sit back, relax, and listen to the advice that I share and think about how you're going to implement it in your life. On my TikTok page, a lot of y'all are on TikTok. My TikTok handle or username, whatever it's called, JJ, the letter J, Fields, Fields. and the number 7. Check it out. My moderators send me comments that the viewers are making, and I post the comments that they make. So check out the comments that are being made about my lives. So now, I don't see them all the time. I don't look down at the comments. My focus is not on the comments. My focus is on sharing the advice that I share with y'all, okay? And I share 4 specific pieces of advice. I generally do not address specific issues that y'all have. I don't have time. I'm going to share the 4 pillars of advice that I share. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, and this is I think it's the 21st. I'm going to have to keep track of this. My YouTube live. I'm relatively new to YouTube lives. So, when you said, from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, what was flying over your head is now making contact with your psyche. You understand that? All you have to do is make that statement, write that program. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on the path to do just that. When you make that statement, write that program, you raise your frequency, you raise your vibration. Positive things will really start coming into you. You will open up the portal, the window, the door for positivity. Now, I'm going to read y'all a list of words that will help you to identify people in your life that probably have a negative attitude, and it might be you. And don't forget, you can change that at any time that you want to, because a positive attitude is a choice. You can choose it any moment of your life, okay? Doesn't matter where your attitude was 5 minutes ago. You choose to have a positive attitude. And I'm also going to read y'all a list of words that will help you it will guide you on your road to a positive attitude. So now, here are the list of words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And you can choose to have a positive attitude anytime, but I'm also going to read you the words to help guide you on the positive road, okay? So now, the words that will help you to identify people in your life who probably have a negative attitude. And these are like personality traits or characteristics. Here they go. Anger, envy, sorrow, regret, greed, arrogance, self-pity, guilt, resentment and holding grudges, inferiority, lies and dishonesty, false pride, superiority, and the last word is ego. Back up to the top. The very first word is anger, y'all. Anger. Do you know people who are full of anger? People who are angry? Are you the one who is full of anger, who is angry? That is negative. How about resentment and holding grudges? Do you know people who are full of resentment? People who hold grudges? Are you the one who is full of resentment, who holds grudges? That is negative too. I'm going to come back to that one because that's a biggie. But now I'm going to go to lies and dishonesty. Do you know people who lie? People who are dishonest? Are you the one who lies, who is dishonest? That is negative. It's not about feeling it, it's about what you do with the feelings, okay? So, that's negative too. Now back up to resentment and holding grudges. I'm going to tell you something that you probably have never heard before, and that is, if you are full of resentment, if you are holding grudges against other people, You are living in the past. You're living in the past because you are holding on to something that happened. Past tense. It happened. There is nothing that the people who did that to you can do about it to change it. And there is nothing that you can do to change it. It happened already. So if you're still holding on to it, you're holding on to the past. You're to something that you can't do anything about. You must forgive them. That is the only healthy way to go. You must forgive them. Now, a lot of people will say forgive and forget. Hell no. Hell no. You do not ever forget. Never, ever, never forget. You keep it on the stove on the back burner, but you don't ever forget. But you must forgive. Because when you hold on to unforgiveness, when you hold on to anger and grudges and all, it's damaging you. It creates what I call an invisible internal burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your blood, on your cells, on your organs, on your entire being. Now, forgiving does not mean you let them back into your life or you go back into theirs. But that's a wonderful thing if all parties agree, okay? But no, it just means you forgive them because you are, like I said, you're creating an internal, invisible burden on your own self. And I'm going to give you a lot of examples to show you what I am talking about. I'm not just whistling in the wind. I'm going to give you examples. So you must forgive. And I don't care who it was or what they did. You must forgive them. See, people on my lives will say, oh, what if it was this? Or what if it was, and what did they do? It does not make any difference who it was or what they did. You must forgive them. If you are carrying it around with you, it is doing damage to you. So all of these ugly things, anger, resentment, holding grudges, lying, arrogance, regret, guilt, all of these ugly things, I call them the uglies because the uglies do damage to the person who holds on to them. You're not doing anything to damage the people who did this to you, the people who you're full of resentment towards or hold grudges against. They're not being damaged by that. You are. And if you open your eyes and look around you, most of the people who are full of resentment and who hold grudges are on pharmaceutical medications. They are not aging well. So that is what holding these ugly things inside of you, that's what it does to you. Thank you. So you must forgive because it's damaging you. It's not damaging them. They're going on living their lives. And then in a lot of cases, they're holding on to something too. So they got problems of their own. But you must forgive. Now I'm 81 years old. I am 81 years old. And let me tell you, when I was a kid, there was no such thing as a text message. Unheard of. No such thing as email. Thank you. No such thing as a video call. But y'all have all of those things available to you. You can forgive by using any of those technologies. But if you don't want to forgive, not forgive, you got to forgive. If you don't want to forgive by talking to them, okay, I got getting mixed up. The technologies, this is what I'm talking about. You can text them that you forgive them. You can email them that you forgive them. You can do any of those things. But if you don't want to have anything else to do with them at all, period, point blank, you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. That's not forgiving. If you say you forgive, but you still feel anger, that's not forgiving. And I don't even, I shouldn't have even responded to that. That is not forgiving. No, that is not. So, but I'm explaining to you and to everybody on my live why you forgive. You release your own soul, your own spirit, okay, into the healthy realm. So, now I was saying you can forgive by saying it out loud to the universe. The universe or God or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you. It was there when it happened to you. No, you don't need to let them know. You just say it out loud to the universe. The universe was there when it happened. The universe knows what it was or whatever you call your higher power. And I always add this because it really shakes people up. Here, let me tell y'all. Do you know, realize, and understand that God or the universe or whatever you call your higher power was there when the mess happened to you? It knows what happened. So you can say it out loud to the universe. But now, I always say this. Do you understand that God or whatever you call the universe sees what you do right now, hears what you say right now, reads your thoughts right now? Think about that. Whatever you call your higher power, it knows what you do right now, hears what you say right now, and reads your thoughts right now. Now, I ask this question every live that I do. And it really amazes me because here's the question. What I just said about the universe seeing, hearing, and reading your thoughts, will that cause you to rethink what you do, say, and think? Now, it amazes me how many yeses I get because I brought it to the forefront of y'all's minds. You see? I brought it to the forefront. Yes. Come on. See? I'm starting to get some of these yeses. Okay. Yeah. Wonderful. Wow. That's a beautiful statement there. Real, what is it? Okay. All right. So now, am I still getting it? Yes, yes, see, this is what I'm saying. Hey, Honda Accord. Yes. I want y'all to remember that. God or whatever you call your higher power sees everything that we do, hears everything that we say, and can read our thoughts. And that helps a lot of people to really get on the straight and narrow, okay? So now, back to forgiving. You say it out loud to the universe. The universe knows what happened. You don't need to let them know that you forgive them. Just tell the universe that you forgive them. Here's the way you do it. Oh, thanks, Justin. Say it out loud. Universe, I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. Okay, I'm going to repeat that. Universe, maybe this will help y'all. I forgive so-and-so for doing such and such to me. And I shouldn't say maybe because I got proof. Now, you say that out loud, and I'm going to give you the proof in a few minutes. You say it out loud, and you use your hand just the way I did mine. And the reason why, because it's a symbol for touching the universe, touching spirit, you see? So now I'm going to give y'all 4 examples of what has happened on my past lives. Example number 1. She said, I forgave my dad that way, and I immediately burst into tears. Example number 2 said, I forgave myself, and you can forgive yourself too. The universe saw what you did or heard what you said, you see? So she said, I forgave myself, and I immediately burst into tears. The third one was a young man, and he said, I forgave, and I felt my spirit shift. That's what those 3 said. Now, the 2 that burst into tears, and also the third one, the young man, he felt his spirit shift. The reason why they burst into tears and the reason why, oh, hey, Shells, he felt his spirit shift was because, like I told y'all earlier, and some of y'all weren't on, but when you hold unforgiveness, when you hold grudges against others, it creates an internal, invisible burden, a burden on your soul, on your spirits, on your cells, on your blood, on your organs, on your entire being. You are carrying around ugliness, and it will take its toll on you. So that is why they burst into tears. And that is why, yes, it's raining, that young man felt his spirit shift because the load was lifted. The Shelster calls it a pressure release valve. When you forgive, it's like what happens is psss, all of that pressure that was created by your holding the grudges or holding the resentment, it leaves your spirit, it leaves your soul. You understand? For real, it does. Try it. That is the way you forgive, by saying it out loud to the universe. Don't forget, the universe sees everything we do, hears everything we say, reads our thoughts. See? So, now, that's pillar number 1. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told you I was going to give you some words that will help, that will guide you on your path to a positive attitude. Here are the words: joy, peace, love, hope, serenity, humility, kindness, empathy, generosity, truth and honesty, compassion, and the last word is faith. Yes. So, now, negative attitude or a positive attitude. Nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. Ah. Oh, Amanda said, yes, ma'am, I did, and my tears began to roll. My chest feels lighter. I pray every day gets better. Oh, that's wonderful. Wonderful. So, yep, excuse me, y'all, I got to adjust my stand. Okay, good. So, thank you for making that statement, yeah. Yes. Here is, I was saying, nobody can have a positive attitude 100% of the time, and nobody can have a negative attitude 100% of the time. You're very welcome. Now, I'm going to ask you a question that you probably have never been asked before, and that is, do you know that you live your life by a ratio, ratio, ratio? Do you know that you live your life by a ratio? Come on, give me some responses, y'all. And I'm really only looking for responses that say no. Okay? Did you know that you live your life by a ratio? ratio. And oh, thank you, Rakia. And I'm going to explain exactly what it is. I'm really only looking for responses that say no, Nick. Because if people have been on my lives before, they already know the answer, so, or know what I'm talking about. Okay, so now I'm going to explain what a ratio is. A ratio is a very simple tool that will help you, will definitely help you to better control your life. Yes, a ratio is a very simple tool that will help you to better control your life. Definitely, it will. You control your ratio. You and you alone control it. It is adjustable. It is adjustable. If you set it too high, you can lower it. If you set it too low, you can raise it. So now, a ratio, my ratio is 80-20. My ratio is 80-20. I'm going to explain what that is, and you're going to understand it completely. 80-20. That means that 80% of the time, I am very happy being in the positive attitude mode. 20% of the time, I can be okay. I didn't say I was happy, being in the negative attitude mode. Okay? Now, I have had people on my lives that chose 75-25. Some chose 60-40. You can choose whatever you want. And 80-20 is not mine. It doesn't belong to me. You can choose 80-20 as well. So now 80-20, that is my ratio. And I'm going to explain it in such a way as you'll understand how it relates to whatever you set your ratio for. Okay? 80% of the time, I honor the programs that I write. Okay? 80% of the time, I do what is kind, what is honest, what is fair, what is considerate, all the good stuff. 80% of the time. 20% of the time, I am okay being in that negative attitude mode. But that negative attitude mode can never include physical abuse. You cannot hit anybody. You cannot throw things. It can never include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And thanks to one of my viewers in an earlier live, her username is Midnight. She asked me to include, hold on. She asked me to include, Kyle, I'm making you a moderator. Yeah, okay. Yeah, there you go. Kyle is now a moderator. So back to Midnight. She asked me to include tone of voice. So it ain't what you say, it's how you say it. So I definitely included tone of voice. So there are three things that your negative ratio, the negative part of your ratio, can never include. Physical abuse, you cannot hit people, you cannot throw things. It cannot include verbal abuse. You cannot cuss anybody out. You cannot insult anybody. And it must not include a tone of voice, a negative, ugly tone of voice. You cannot say anything to anybody in an ugly tone of voice. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. You see? Well, that's why I share this advice, because I want to undifficult your life. That is the title of all my lives. Undifficult your life. So as long as you are not doing any of those three things, you're okay. Yes, it is tone policing. Don't matter what you call it, as long as you don't have a negative tone of voice. Yes. So now I told y'all about the ratio. Can you use that ratio? Come on, give me some responses. Come on, give me some responses. Can y'all use that ratio? Come on. Ah, come on, give me some responses. Undifficult your life. Ah, good. Thank you. Ah, okay, Amanda. Wonderful. Okay, good. I'm glad that some of y'all can use it. Oh, thanks, Mike. Yeah. All right. Now, I showed y'all what a negative attitude looks like. I told y'all about the ratio. Now I'm going to tell you how you can change any behavior that you have. Okay? You write a program. You can change any behavior that you have. You cannot change other people's behaviors. You understand that? That's a part of what's wrong with the relationships in this world. A lot of people trying to change other people's behavior. So you cannot do that. Only the other person can change their own behavior. Nobody can change your behavior. So think about that. You are the only one that can change your behavior. So leave other people's behaviors alone. Let them see what your behavior looks like. Model whatever you want to see. Do that. So now, here is the program. I'm going to create this false scenario. Okay, here is the false scenario for the behavior that I want to change. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Okay, now here is the program that I write for it. I eat 12 cookies every day. I do not want to eat 12 cookies every day. Starting tomorrow, I will eat 10 cookies. Now, tomorrow comes and you eat 10 cookies, and the next days, weeks, months, whatever, you're still eating 10 cookies. Okay? So, that means, now using my ratio, 80-20, 80% of the time, I'm going to honor the program that I write or that I wrote for that scenario. And 80% of the time, I'm going to eat 10 cookies. But now with my 20%, that's my cheating room. I can go back up to 11. I can even go back up to 12, but I can't go past that 20%, you see? So most of the time when you write your programs, you are going to comply with the good part of your positive programs, you see? So most of the time you're going to do that. I had one viewer on my live, and it's posted on my TikTok page. She said she had an eating disorder, and she used that scenario to cut her eating down. Here's what her comment said, and it's on my TikTok page. Her comment said, I went from 6 meals a day to 5 to 4, and now I'm at 3 meals a day based on her advice. She's talking about the advice that I share. So you can do that for any kind of behavior that you have that you want to change. And all I did was I took that behavior. You can take it and put it on any other behavior, okay? So change your own behavior. You cannot change other people's behaviors. Now, this is a negative attitude. I'm doing another helpful hand visual. Negative attitude. Here you come. This is you in the form of spirit and you in the form of inner peace. This is you. Now, this person has a negative attitude. You're coming in. Here's inner peace. Here's spirit. They can't get through. I really don't think they even approach negative attitude people with a negative attitude, but that's neither here nor there. But I'm showing you this helpful hand visual so that I can hopefully get my point across from my mind to y'all's mind. So now that's a negative attitude. Here's a positive attitude. You see? Here. That's a positive attitude. Here you come as inner peace and as spirit. Okay? Not only does it get through, or do you get through, you turn around and you encase the whole being, you see? So, but you must have a positive attitude in order for spirit to come to you. You must have a positive attitude in order for inner peace to come to you. It's just that simple, a positive attitude. Now, Spirit came to me in the month of June and said, Joyce, there's such a thing as outer peace. And I said, huh? I never heard of outer peace. So Spirit explained it. Inner peace can never be disturbed. Inner peace can never be destroyed. Outer peace can be disturbed. Outer peace can be destroyed. Here's the example. Let's say, and I use this example every live that I do. Let's say you're trying to study or sleep and somebody's making noise either in the same room, down the hall, across the street, or upstairs or downstairs, whatever. That is your outer peace. There's even a law in the cops. People can call the cops if you're disturbing the peace. See, that's outer peace. Now, I'm saying that to say this. If anybody in your family, and it's usually people in your family, that's disturbing your peace, and that's your outer peace, you should never allow anybody to disturb your peace, and that includes your mama, okay? The way you deal with all of this is positively. You deal with it positively. Here's what you say. And it's usually people in your family that are doing this, okay? You know, I love y'all dearly. I really and truly do. But when y'all, excuse me, when y'all do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Or when y'all say such and such, that disturbs my peace. You can't cuss them out when you say these things to them. You have to be diplomatic. You have to be kind. They are not obligated to change their behavior because you told them what they're saying or doing is disturbing your peace. Give them enough time to change their behavior if they're going to change it. But then, if you see that they're not, then it gives you the responsibility to come back at them and say, and I give y'all 3 options. Option 1, feed y'all with a long-handled spoon. Option 2, love y'all from a distance. Or option 3, stop coming around y'all. You can come up with option 4 if you want, okay? So, those are the options and you're perfectly within your rights to do that. Let them know that they are disturbing your peace. So now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace. Oh, by the way, all of these actions take place after you have written that program, after you have said it out loud. From now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. You see? So now, if it's your mama that's disturbing your peace, here's your mama disturbing your peace. Here you are coming in, getting your peace disturbed. Okay? Now you tell your mama, Mama, I love you dearly. I really and truly do. But when you do such and such, that disturbs my peace. Share the live, y'all. Or when you say such and such, that disturbs my peace. Now, some mamas would say, what peace? Or you ain't got no peace. That's mama, leave her alone. But when you said that, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, you raised your frequency. You raised your vibration. Hey, Britt, you're now up here. She's still doing it down here. But now, because you are no longer on this vibration, you raise your vibration, you raise your frequency. It doesn't bother you. You see? It does not bother you anymore. Okay. Yes, it does not bother you. You see how that works? Come on, give me some responses. Can y'all see that? Can that help you? Give me some responses. Can that help you? Come on, y'all. Can that help you? Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, thanks, Britt. Thanks, Honda Accord. Come on. Oh, wonderful. Great. Ah, wonderful, JJ, and everybody the same. Yes, that helps. Okay. So now I'm trying to think now if I've gone through. You can forgive people. I told you you can and some people always say that there's no way that they can forgive, but that's on y'all, to each his own. I'm telling you, when you don't forgive, it creates an external, or not external, an internal, invisible burden on your soul, on your spirit, on your blood, on your cells, on your organs, on everything. So you are paying the price for your unforgiveness, believe me. So now, pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you are 10 years old or older, I tell you exactly how you increase your own level of patience. But I always start with the toddlers. So if you are raising toddlers, you will want to hear this is how easy it is to teach your toddlers patience, how easy it is. When that toddler asks for a cookie, tell that toddler, I'll give you that cookie in 5 minutes. Put yourself on the timer. Give that toddler that cookie in 5 minutes. Hi, everybody. And then do that several times, 5 minutes. Then stretch it to 10 minutes, still on the timer. Do that several times, all the way up at 5-minute increments to an hour or more. You will not only be teaching that toddler patience, you will also be teaching that toddler how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time, okay? Now, it's a total blessing to have a patient toddler. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? Now, Spirit came to me and told me, Joyce, you can teach your viewers this little game or exercise that will tell them how they can teach themselves how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. So now you will need a piece of paper and a pencil or something to write with. And I'm going to give you 10 seconds while I drink some of my tea. And I count to 10 while I'm drinking it, and then I'll be back to tell you the exercise that I'm going to ask you that you're interested in, I hope. Okay? Excuse me? Oh, all right, there. Thank you. So now, on that piece of paper, write down the time it is right now, whatever time zone you're in. Oh, thank you. And then put the paper away. And some point later, doesn't matter how much time later, try to guess what the time is at that point. Do this many times a day. You will get to the point where you will be, you will have taught yourself how to feel time, how to feel elapsed time. This exercise causes you to zero in on the passage of time. You won't jump anymore when you look and see what time it is. Thanks. Hey, Bulgaria. Alith. Thank you. So now you will be in tune with the clock. And also, when you wake up in the middle of the night or whatever, try to guess what time it is. From what time it was before, you can feel how much time has gone by. And you're going to be within, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. Sometimes I'm almost right on the penny. Not on the penny, on the minute. Okay. Yeah. So good. Keep doing it. And so you will get to the point. You don't need paper or anything to write with, you see? Yes. Yeah. Good deal. Now, can y'all use that? Callie Cooley said that homeschooling, I needed to hear this. God bless. Oh, thank you. God bless you, too. Come on, can y'all use that method of feeling time? Okay, some people can do that. My sister can do that. Okay, not me. Okay, good. Thank you, Kyle. Thanks, Honda Accord. Thanks, Kid Gear. Thank you. Okay, anybody else can use that exercise? Pretty soon you won't need anything to write with, or paper, anything, So do that. Practice it. Yeah. Okay. So now, if you're 10 years old or older, here's how you teach yourself patience. Here's how you increase your own level of patience. You write a program and you say it out loud. I am teaching myself patience. I am teaching myself how to wait. I am learning how to increase my level of patience. Thank you. Mind games, thank you. You see? Especially if it's something that you are fiending for, especially if it is something that you would immediately, or that you would give yourself immediate gratification for, okay? Make yourself wait. You see? That's all you have to do. And when you do that often enough, you will have increased your own level of patience. And make yourself wait. If you make yourself wait past the point where you don't want it anymore, that's a fabulous thing to have happen to you. Wonderful. Because it tells you that you are in control. You see? You always were. But you never challenged yourself. But now you can teach yourself patience. Okay? That's pillar number 2. And also, I talk about this book. I highly recommend, if you are raising toddlers, I highly recommend Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. I had it translated into Spanish. Madre Docena, I don't speak Spanish, so. But now, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. This book is 48 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire. Here's what the late Reverend Cecil Murray, he said. I'm just going to read the first paragraph. Here's his foreword for this book. I'm just going to read the first paragraph here. Mother's Dozen is a handbook of excellence in raising children. It systematizes the rules passed from generation to generation regarding preparing children for the world to come. That's what he said. Oh my goodness. Somebody from Fame Church. I can't believe that. Listen, y'all. Reverend Murray. I have done over 500 lives, y'all, and nobody has ever recognized that this was Fame Church, Cali Cooley. So that's what Reverend Murray said. Fame Church. That's the church that he was the senior pastor for. And I talk about patience, y'all, because Mother's Dozen. I say that there are 12 ingredients. This recipe says that there are ingredients. And then here is patience. That is the 12th ingredient in this book, y'all. I'm going to talk about anxiety. So that's the 12th ingredient, patience. And I talk about patience in here. So this book is 48 pages, and it's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. Makes a wonderful gift to expectant parents or to new parents. Now, I wrote it for turning kids around up to like 3 or 4 years old. One of my viewers, her username is Cat724. Thank you. And hey, real happy hearts. So her username is Cat724. She bought the book and read it. She said that it's good for turning kids around up to the age of 7 or 8. Oh, I'm glad you're here. Yeah. So that's what she said, and I'll take her word for it. But if you have a toddler and they're not going in the direction that you would like for them to go in, and it's your fault, let me tell you that, you got to take control of your kids. The job of a parent or guardian that's raising kids is to raise those individuals. You're going to put them out into the world. What kind of person will they be? Are they going to be a crybaby? Are they going to be spoiled? Are they going to want everything their way? That's not the way the world works. So your job is to put children out there into the world to be able to stand on their own 2 feet. You see? Thank you. Thanks. So now responsibility. Now I'm going to tell you one thing about raising toddlers. Goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. Now, here, the first thing that I think parents do that's wrong, when they bring a newborn into the house, they immediately start adjusting their lives to fit around that newborn. Hell no, you don't do that. You don't do that. The baby adjusts to the way you live. Oh my God. If you adjust your life to that baby, you're going to probably be adjusting your life to that baby when that baby is 40 years old. Okay. So you raise kids so that they will be able to stand on their own 2 feet. They will not need you. They will want you in their life, but they will not need you because you did such a good job that they don't need you, but they'll want you in their life, okay? But don't raise them to be dependent. And that is one of the ways that you do it. You adjust your life around the baby. No, the baby adjusts its life around the way you live your life. That's the way you do it. So get this book, Mother's Dozen, an easy recipe for raising great kids. They are a lot of work, but here's what I say in the introduction. Okay, the last paragraph. I wanted to write this, and I wrote this book in 2003. I wanted to write this book because of the negative, unhealthy mother child interactions I regularly see and hear in malls, supermarkets, schools, parks, stores, practically everywhere. It's not easy raising children, but as mothers, we can do a lot to help ourselves and our children. Looking back, I think the most important ingredients can be put into 12 categories. And I'm going to quickly read the 12 categories. 1, start from infancy. 2, manners. 3, love for learning. 4, responsibility. 5, rules, order, and organization. 6, independence. 7, spirituality or a higher power. 8, affection. 9, discipline/self-control. 10, feed interest. 11, obedience. And 12 is patience. This book will guide you into raising kids that you can admire for real. Now, pillar number 3, stay calm. Stay calm, y'all. There is tremendous power in your ability to stay calm. And I know you want to be powerful, so you got to stay calm. You lose your power when you become angry, aggravated, agitated, all that stuff. You lose your power. Now, in one of my lives this year, one of my TikTok lives, Spirit came to me and told me to use the word neurons. I had never used the word neurons or neuron before in my lives, but Spirit told me to use the word. I had a vague knowledge. I knew it was a part of the brain. So I was talking about staying calm as opposed to becoming angry. Now, Spirit gives me all of these helpful hand visuals, y'all. Spirit gives them to me. So I was talking about staying calm. So your neurons are doing like this. They're just traveling past each other. They don't touch each other. They're just passing each other. They're communicating with each other. You see? Yeah. So that's what your neurons are doing when you're calm. Spirit gave me this helpful hand visual as well. What your neurons do when you are angry. Look, y'all. This is what your neurons are doing when you are angry or upset. Okay, like that. Okay. Now, that was between 4 and 5:15 a.m. when I was doing my lives. Thank you. Now, later on that same evening, y'all, here's my hand, honest to goodness. Spirit came back to me. It blew my mind. Spirit came back to me and told me to look up what neurons do. Honest to goodness. Honest to goodness. Like I said, it blew my mind too. So I Googled it. I obeyed what Spirit told me. I Googled it, and here's what Google said. Neurons work together to produce memories, make decisions, and compute information. They take chemical signals, transport them, and form new wiring within the brain. Neurons also help different parts of the brain to communicate with each other. You see? That's why you cannot think straight when you are angry. That's why you cannot make good decisions when you are angry. That's why you can't make good choices when you are angry. So remember your neurons, y'all. Remember your neurons. Have them going like this when you are calm. When you are calm. Don't do this. Don't be angry. Don't become angry and all this ugly stuff. This is what your neurons are doing. That's why you can't think straight. You are more powerful when you are calm. Be powerful. Be calm. I think I'm going to put that on a text. Be powerful. Be calm. Okay? Yeah, blessed day to you as well. So, stay calm. That is the third pillar. Stay calm. Pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, anger, frustration. Those 4 words are, this too shall pass. Ah, yes, Christy, you sure are. You're in the right place. Yeah, if you want to learn the 4 pillars that will help you to undifficult your life, you're in the right place. The 4th pillar is remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, or whatever. Thank you. This too shall pass. Okay? I got my stand. I got to get another stand, I guess. I don't know these things. Okay. So this too shall pass, y'all. Nothing in this life is permanent. We even use the word pass when we're talking about death. We'll say, he passed last year. She passed last week. You see? Nothing is permanent. So the next time that your mama is chewing you out, thank you, or your daddy is chewing you out, they cannot read your mind. I'm going to repeat what I just said. They cannot read your mind. So sit there or stand there and get yourself being chewed out and be thinking like this. This too shall pass. She ain't going to be fussing at me forever. This too shall pass. He ain't going to be fussing at me forever. This too shall pass. Nothing in this life is permanent, y'all. This too shall pass. Those are the 4 pillars, y'all. Pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude. And I told you how you do that. The way you do it is you write a program. The program that you write is, from now on, I am going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. And put your feet on the path to do just that. Positive attitude. Another thing I'm going to tell you, when somebody says something negative to you, don't say something negative back to them, because then you are adding to the already high level of negativity in this world. When somebody says something negative to you, thank you. Make it a great day, Kyle. Thanks for moderating. When somebody says something negative to you, you say something positive back to them. Say something like this. Oh, I don't like the way that, first of all, you don't badmouth them. Don't attack them or attack what they said or did. Okay, here's what you simply state how it impacts you. Okay, here, they say it. And then you say, oh, I don't like the way that makes me feel. I don't like what that makes me think about. I reject that. I'm working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. I reject that. Okay? So you're not attacking them. You're just telling them how what they said or did made you feel, and you don't like it because you're working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude. So you reject it, okay? So now, can y'all use that? Come on, give me some responses. Can y'all use that? Give me some more responses, y'all. Come on. Come on. Can you use that? YouTube says I have 81 people on here, so give me some responses. Oh, thank you, Callie Cooley. Oh, P said absolutely. Wonderful. Christy Carey, yes. So don't go back to them with negativity. Positivity. Yeah. Ah. Yes. Okay. So now, I love doing these lives. Somebody asked how I got into live streaming. I've done over 500 TikTok lives, and I did my last TikTok live on August 29th. And my first YouTube live, the way the universe worked it out, it was just perfect. My last TikTok live was Friday, August 29th, and my first YouTube live was Monday, September 1st. I just love the way it worked out. So the universe is something else. So now, I just hope that y'all will incorporate these 4 pillars into your life. Undifficult your life, y'all. Develop and maintain a positive attitude. When you say this program, from now on, I'm going to be working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, I don't care what your attitude was like 5 minutes ago, what your attitude was like, whatever. You say it from now on, I'm going to be doing this, working on developing and maintaining a positive attitude, okay? That's wonderful. Positive attitude is the only way to go. So many good things will start happening to you, for real. Now, pillar number 2, increase your own level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I told you exactly how you increase your own level of patience, and I told you how you increase or how you teach patience to a toddler. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. I told y'all, you gotta stay calm. Stay calm. So much power in your ability to stay calm. Remember your neurons. You want them to be like this because you're calm, you see? You want them to be like this because you're calm. You don't want them to be like this because you're angry. Ha-ha. Don't do this to yourself. The next time you feel yourself starting to get angry, remember your neurons. And I hope I'm getting through to some of you. I'm sure I am. You will be thinking about your neurons because you just heard it on my live, okay? Think about that. Then, pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, frustration, anger, whatever. This too shall pass. This too shall pass. Nothing lasts. No scenario. Keep your cool. Now, I hope that y'all see how these 4 pillars are interconnected. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, that will cause you to want to go to step 2, pillar 2. Increase your own level of patience. When you do those 2 things, you really can do them all simultaneously, because when you decide that you're going to have a positive attitude, you'll just want to gather all of this stuff up, bring all this positivity to yourself, into your spirit, okay? So pillar number 1, develop and maintain a positive attitude, and I told you how to do that. Pillar number 2, increase your level of patience. If you're 10 years old or older, I told you exactly how you do that, but I told you how to do that, how to teach patience to a toddler. Then pillar number 3, stay calm. There is so much power, tremendous power, in your ability to stay calm. So remember your neurons. Keep them calm. It keeps you calm, you see? So then pillar number 4, remember the 4 words that can immediately lower your stress, anxiety, panic, anger, frustration, or whatever. And those 4 words are, this too shall pass. This too shall pass, y'all. So if you got something out of this live, you can do a video and tag me, or you can do a post and tag me. Help me spread the word. If you got something out of it, undoubtedly others will too. Yeah, stay cool, calm, and collected. Yeah, that's what we all used to say. That was a saying the way back in the day. You know, old school stuff. Old school stuff is good stuff. Okay. So now, like I said, hopefully y'all see how all of these pillars, the 4 pillars, are interconnected. When you develop and maintain a positive attitude, you will want all of these positive things surrounding you, surrounding your spirit. Now I close my lives. I'm going to tell you about the books. There are 11 fabulous nonfiction books at goodshortbooks.com. My parents were this positive, yes. The very first book that I wrote is entitled Line of Serenity. Thank you. And it's all about the way that our parents raised us. I'm the oldest of seven, and it goes from 1944, that's the year I was born, to 1977. And I'm 81 now. I was 78 years old before I realized that I never saw my parents angry. Neither one of them. Never saw them angry. They got pissed off, like I get pissed off, but I never get angry. My siblings never get angry, so it wasn't modeled for us. Yeah, it was not modeled. Like I said, I was 78 years old before I realized that I never saw my mother angry. I never saw my father angry. Yeah, yeah. I'm 81 years old and very blessed. This is the first book that I wrote, Line of Serenity. It's all about the way we were raised. These are our parents. They're both gone now, George and Rosa Jones. These are pictures of the times we lived in. And this is a picture of the seven of us. This is me. I was 12, and I'm 81 now. This is brother. He died in 2013. He had lung cancer. This is Cordell. This is Nita. She's the other author. We have two authors, me and my sister. This is her. She was 7 on this picture, and now she's 76. This is Kenny, Reggie, and Ava. Ava was 3 on this picture, and now she's 72. So Nita is the other author. At goodshortbooks.com, there are 11 nonfiction books there. The books are fabulous, y'all. And they are flying off the shelves because people are coming onto my lives and they are learning about the books. So she wrote 1 and I wrote 10. And let me tell you, this is spirit in the making, for real, in the raw, because I had no idea I was going to write 9 other books. No idea. There wasn't a goal of mine. It wasn't an intention of mine. It wasn't even on my radar, as they say. So, no, this is nothing but spirit. Spirit stored these books in me. I wrote my first book in 1997, and the last one that I wrote was in 2007. No, 2017, excuse me, 2017. And that one is called The Limitless Golden Rule, 21 Ways to Use the Golden Rule in Your Life. It's 43 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. Now, my sister's book is also a memoir, and hers is entitled My 15 Dogs, a 55-year journey of love. It's 59 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. The link is in my profile. If y'all like books, you will love our website. There are 11 nonfiction books there in 9 different genres: memoirs, parenting, relationships, children's education, fairy tales, bullying, original quotes, health, and spirituality. Now, I close my lives down with this book, the original quotes one, My Simple Quotes to Live By. Yep. My Simple Quotes to Live By. It's 90 pages. It's $7.99 at goodshortbooks.com. It's 167 quotes that I coined. And I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. Thank you. Somebody said, I'm so glad I found this page. Take a screenshot. Okay. Now, like I said, I coined my first quote when I was 15 years old. And that quote states, I'm trying to fix my phone, never lose your hope and faith. Okay? Never lose your hope and faith. I coined this, my first quote, in 1959 at the age of 15. The occasion was my middle school graduation from Detroit's Sherrard Junior High School. 9th graders were asked to document their message to their fellow classmates. And that's what I said. I don't remember saying it, and I didn't know that I was coining a quote. But now I'm going to read y'all a quote that I coined. I knew I was coining a quote, and I do remember. So this was for a quote contest. It was for a calendar, so they needed 12 quotes. I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest. I'm trying to straighten my phone out again, y'all. Okay, sorry about that. I coined this quote and submitted it to the contest. It won as one of 12 out of over 5,000 entries. Thanks, Rakia. So here is the quote, and I posted to social media to encourage people to chase their dreams. Here's the quote. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. I'm going to repeat it. It's better to die chasing a dream never caught than to die never having chased the dream. Chase your dreams, people. Nobody can see your dream as clearly as you can, and you can't see anybody else's dream as clearly as they can. Do chase your dreams. Okay, I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Chase your dreams. Now I'm going to open up the floor. This book is formatted. It's 90 pages, 2 quotes per page. The quotes are in all caps, separated by black and white picture. This is 90-page book, and this is what's on page 90, the end, okay? Now I'm going to open up the floor. Y'all can tell me pages to read, page numbers, and I will read the 2 quotes on that page. The It's Better to Die quote is on page 11. Okay, so pages 6 to 89, toss out some page numbers, y'all, and I will read the quotes on that page. Page 7 for Rakia. At the top of page 7, good human relations is the stuff from which peace is made. At the bottom of page 7, as long as you don't violate anyone else's rights or property and treat others fairly, you're doing okay. Okay. Page 39 and then 9. Page 39. Okay, at the top of page 39, your family should be your harbor of love. At the bottom of page 39, the spiritual lasts forever. The physical dies or is otherwise lost. Okay. Page 9. At the top of page 9, under the skin, we are all the same. So what's the fuss? At the bottom of page 9, if you're involved in a mess, look at yourself first. Can y'all live by those quotes? Okay, page 27 for JJ. Page 27 at the top. Education reveals, ignorance conceals. At the bottom of page 27, love is a state of heart. In love is a state of mind. Yeah. Any more page numbers? Thanks, Acal. Okay. Any more page numbers, y'all? In the meantime, if y'all got something out of this live, you can do a video and tag me or mention me, whatever the term is. Or you can do a post. Honda Accord wants page 40. Okay. Page 40, at the top of page 40. Real champions stand tall when life is good or bad. At the bottom of page 40, much of life is an illusion. Things ain't what they appear to be. Can y'all live by those quotes? thank you for educating people on the unk. I wasn't going to bother. Okay. Uh, thank you. All right, so I want to thank y'all for joining my live, and I'll be back tomorrow. Spread the word, y'all. Monday through Friday, 4 a.m. Pacific time. I love doing these lives. I love sharing this advice with all of y'all. Later, y'all.